You do not have to just be a fan of the MAC to enjoy Toledo football. This is no joke. They're topping the MAC right now in returning production. These folks know what to do. Now, Jason Candle is their head coach. This guy was a wide receiver for Mount Union, which is a Division III school. Offensive coordinator, wide receivers coach there. Then he got picked up by Toledo in 2009. He has been there since 2009. He's was tight ends coach, wide receiver, offensive coordinator, wide receiver, offensive head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, and now he's head coach since 2016. He is 73-40. Yeah, he's had a losing season, 4-2. But when you take a look, this man's got a MAC conference championship. He's got 2 division championships. The man knows how to win. Last year he went 8-5, beat Mississippi State. Went 4-4 in the MAC, and that was good enough to be tied for sixth, and he beat an SEC school. You're talking about a team that is, they picked up the right people. They were 108 in rushing offense last year. Well, they picked up somebody. This is a team that you need to watch. So we're going to go over their schedule. And I might be a little off on it, but I'm looking at it going, they've got a really good shot here. So let's take a look at this. And also hit like and subscribe if you don't mind. Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video. And I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Nealon. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there. Now, they start out their season at Kentucky. This is going to be on the SEC network. Let me tell you something. Stoops should be able to beat them. Should. But Kentucky's got to bring their A game. They can't bring. This is a team that could literally come in there and scare them. That is how good Toledo is. So, yeah, I don't think they're not supposed to win it. They shouldn't win it, but they could. But they're going to start out with the loss. Then they go versus Western Kentucky. And Western Kentucky, most people don't realize this, but Western Kentucky is a scary, scary team. This is a rivalry. And you don't play around with them. Now, they went 8-6 last year. They played for the Conference USA title game, or in the title game. Yeah, this isn't a team that you sleep on. Now they beat Toledo at home last year, but Toledo this year, Western Kentucky's coming to them. It's 26-21 last year. This should be a win. No joke. That fan base at Toledo, it's a MAC game at home. Yeah, it should be a win for Toledo. Versus Morgan State. Okay, Morgan State is one of those teams that, it's going to be a win for Toledo. No, no kidding. Then they're going to Western Michigan. MAC school. Uh, you're looking at, it's a MAC school. They went 6-7 last year. Western Michigan's probably going to attempt it, but Toledo should be good enough to beat them. Should be good enough to beat them. So I'm going to give that a win. Then they've got Akron. The Zip went They won last year in overtime. It was a weird game last year. It really was. This year, it's earlier on in the season. Should be a win for Toledo, especially at home. You're not going to, you know. Then you got Bowling Green. They're going to Bowling Green. Uh, Bowling Green went 7-6 last year. They beat Toledo pretty convincingly, but and this is going to be at Bowling Green. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be a loss. Uh, then they got Kent State. Kent State's coming to them. Sadly, this is Kent State. Last year, Kent State didn't win a single game. They went 0-12 last year. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit to win. Then they go to Washington State. Now, I've already covered Washington State, and I probably said that they should be able to beat was or they should be able to beat Toledo. Uh, it should still be a win for Washington State, but it's not going to be an easy game. That's going to be on the CW network. Then they've got Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois is coming to them. Last year, Northern Illinois, you know, they beat They almost beat NC State. They came within a touchdown of beating NC State. They beat Notre Dame by 2 points. Uh, this they beat Toledo last year 13-6 at home. So 8-5 Northern Illinois going to be coming to Toledo. Honestly, I think this should be a win. November 5th should be when Toledo gets their bowl eligibility. And I'm not saying anything bad about it, Northern Illinois. I'm just saying, hey, it's going to be at home. They're two very competitive teams. Just, you know. Then they've got the Red Hawks, who were in the conference game last year, conference title game last year. This is going to be a difficult one. Uh, they didn't play Toledo last year, but this is a 9-5 team from last year. They played really tough last year. You know, Miami, I think, will probably be a loss. I hate saying that, but it probably will be a loss. Then you got the Ball State Cardinals. Ball State went 3-9 last year. I don't think Ball State's going to be that much improved. They should be a little bit improved. So that should be win number 7. Then they've got Central Michigan. They're going to Central Michigan. I've already talked about this a little bit. Um, Central Michigan's improving. They should go 6-6, but I don't think they're going to be good enough to beat Toledo next year. So that should be an 8-5 season for the Toledo Rockets. I'm looking at this, and they're going to go to a bowl game. I don't see a doubt in my mind that they should go to a bowl game. Honestly, they could only win as many as 7. I don't think they'll go below 7 next year. They could actually win 9 or 10, but looking at the schedule, they would have to put together one heck of an offense. Their offense would have to be one heck of a thing. They got the defense, they got their offense, they've got to get their offense right. And this is the right coach to do that, don't get me wrong. So I'm thinking, they're going to be an 8-5 team. 8-4, pardon me. I don't know why I said 5. Eight. This should be an 8-14 this coming year. I really do think that's what it's going to be. Now, one of the people that's come in for some reason, Kendi Kristen, who had 42 career starts last or over his career, is now at Toledo. That's an interesting one. Uh, this is a group that's brought in a couple of receivers, uh, but they've also got senior receiver Trayvon Rudolph, uh, junior Bandross should be good. This is one of those teams that really does have uh, a lot of interesting things. Trip Trammon, uh, Connor Wallenzak, Willie Shaw the third. They've they've decided that they're going to try to fix their offense. You know, Candle did not like what he had last year. He had a few holes in his offense. This is one of those years that they are going in to try to win again. This could be a team playing for the conference championship. It really could be. So, if you like college football, keep track of what Toledo's doing because they are going to be an interesting team. And Jason Candle has proven to be one of those coaches that can coach at a high level. Why he hasn't been picked up by a power conference is beyond me, but he might just love the idea of staying at Toledo. But hey, this has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all hit like and subscribe. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.